Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on Smashing Punk Fam, we're actually going to go ahead and take off the cylinder head of the Raptor 660. We've already taken off the valve cover. It's completely loose, just kind of sitting on there to kind of help protect the motor. I know I just kind of janky put that back on. In the last video, we took off the carburetors, got those out of the way. To go over this thoroughly so you're aware, there is a stud right in the direct center here on the face. You're gonna unscrew that, and then I think the stud itself will actually come out too, if you wanted, or it comes up with the head. I did get these aftermarket ARP studs, so it's been a minute. You've got one on the back side of the motor here as well. You also will have Allen head right here. So this is the left-hand side of the bike towards the rear of the motor. Before you do any of this, you want to go ahead and undo your timing chain tensioner, take that out, and then you can start doing these bolts in a sequence. And the sequence we're gonna do, didn't unveil that. Sorry, trying to set it down so it didn't fall in the dirt. Here's a nice little overview of the head bolts. So what we've got is 4 overhead cylinder bolts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 inside the oil wells and then 2 outside of the valve cover. And then you've got the ones in the rear, front, and this Allen key. If you already took out your valve cover, these long studs go past the cylinder head into the jug on these 2, and I believe this 3rd one as well. So they're kind of just extra strength provided. It's probably this one as well. When we took them out, they are very long. But we're gonna go ahead and do this a quarter turn at a time. I don't think it matters which one you start on. I'll double check that real quick before I actually get going. But you're gonna do just a quarter turn of a time on each one until they're all loose. Get them all removed, and then what we're gonna do is take a soft mallet and tap at this and kind of get it free, because it's probably gonna be stuck right there at the head gasket. So let's get started. All right guys, I just like to be thorough with you. Here's the climber. Here's cylinder head procedure. Loosen the cylinder head bolts in the following order. Make several passes and loosen each bolt quarter turn until all bolts are loose. Yeah, you add extra verbiage, whatever. It's part of being a mechanic. So left rear, right rear, front bolt, head bolt, head bolt. So, overview of the cylinder head, just like it would sit underneath you in the bike. The Allen key down here, the rear bolt, the one in front by the exhaust, and then A, B, C, D. So, go to the actual bike. Here's how we're gonna do it. Allen head, lower stud, front stud from the exhaust, A, B, C, D. We're gonna do a quarter pass on all of them and go around until they're all loosened, and then we'll just remove them and then go ahead and pop the cylinder off. Before you start on those head bolts, don't forget to take out your timing chain tensioner. I have a saying, I think it's best to reassemble this, just so, I'm gonna clean it before we put it back in the bike later, but reassemble it so it's in its correct location where everything needs to go, and that way we're not second guessing the layout, the orientation, the spring, all that. So there you go. And all we'll do later, we go to reset it, is without the spring in, you'll push this tab and then you can push this always in. That resets it. Yeah. Alright guys, so when you get started to actually remove these head bolts and studs, you want to make sure that your tools have the correct size on it, your ratchets are working good, get a proper angle on them, and be patient. You absolutely don't want to rush anything and strip out one of these bolts, because it will be so difficult to get out in these locations. So just be patient and make sure you check everything thoroughly. Alright guys, so I'm having a little bit of a difficult time getting that timing chain off there and the sprocket, the camshaft to come up and over. And I know I can hear somebody right in the comment section being like, "You dumbass, you did it wrong." Well, I'm gonna do something I did years ago. It's not my favorite thing to do, but guess what? It worked. So what we're gonna do is unbolt the camshaft from the timing sprocket right here. Once we do that, we'll be able to just take the camshaft out and then drop the chain down and whatnot. And it's a whole lot easier. Alright guys, so I did this technique a few years ago when exchanging timing chains, because the new ones were just so tight and the clearances and tolerances are pretty taut on there. You just want to make sure not to drop the dampener plates whenever they unbolt. Be very cautious not to drop anything down in the motor. Take your time. Alright guys, that is all the head studs removed all the ways out. The 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside there. We did get the rear exhaust stud down below. The stud itself is still there just because they're ARP. They're slightly different. They're a, I don't know the technical term for it, but it's basically, it's a stud with a loose nut for the head. like these, you can see. So with an Allen key, you're driving with an Allen key and you can put the actual nut on top of it. But there's our orientation. There they are, all in their correct pattern. The only one I did not do is the exhaust stud. Why did I not do that? I know why. Because the stud itself stayed in the rear exhaust. You can see it right there. Come on, focus. Yeah, see, it's still there. It stayed there, and I have the bolt, nut head, or whatever, all of it there. So now it's time to actually take off the head. So let's do that. Got my trusty little mallet. I actually love it. I love finding tools. Got several that I use in my collection. I know it sounds janky, but I don't care. I'm a thrifty shopper. So we're trying to make this ready for passing through to allow the timing chain itself to kind of just slide on through with this coat hanger. That way we got an easy way to grab it. There we go. It'll work. Take a rubber mallet. We're going to pop it. We can pry right here on this water jacket a little bit. There we go. Popped it free. Lift the head. Boy, and this timing chain through real quick. Boy, howdy. So we're gonna run some tests on that for sure. That one's super caked. My God, that's bad. It's had some oil consumption for a while, but this is pretty bad. My guess is, yeah, it's got leaking valve seats. I would say they're probably leaking right in the exhaust ports, but you know, that's just me. We're gonna find out. I did previously use a Cometic head gasket, so I think we can kind of have an idea of what's going on just by looking in there. So I believe this is called whitewash, where the carbon is not allowing to build up on there. It's actually staying clean. It's where oil is actually landing on it. Ooh, that one's quite caked on. It looks like 3 out of the 5, or 4 out of the 5 are definitely whitewashing. And what's happening, from the best of my knowledge, is that when oil lands in there and it burns just like that, it's a fry point. So what it's doing is actually frying itself to the piston itself and causing damage. But the cylinder itself doesn't look too bad. I can still see a little bit of hone on it, so that's good. There's absolutely no, boy, it might be time to go ahead and take care of that too. So we might be going to size up on the piston, but we'll check that. Maybe we should put a top dead center and then we'll check it. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. We took the cylinder head off. We were able to keep the timing chain intact by sliding it through the cylinder head. It's kind of a pain in the butt process, but if you just take your time, do things slowly, and make sure you don't gouge it, especially with a coat hanger, might actually be better to use the brake caliper mounting bracket that I have, because it's just a big S hook. That might be better in the future. Whatever. You live and you learn some. But this is the process of removing the cylinder head on a Raptor 660 four-wheeler. Wasn't too hard. I did do some research. The cylinder itself is oblong. So basically a perfect circle has now been flattened out like this. And we're not losing compression because there's oil getting in there, but what we are doing is burning oil, unfortunately. So I did go ahead and order an upgraded cylinder with piston. So it's going to go back to 660 or no, 686. We are going to do that upgrade. I think it's going to be a lot better in the long term, but we're going to see. Like I said, I priced out getting a new cylinder in there or having it re-honed by a shop. Might as well just buy a new cylinder. So you guys are going to crap on the brand that I picked, but that's fine. We'll just see how it works out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe, like, share with other Raptor enthusiasts, and stick around because I'm doing this on the cheap. This is a cheap budget build, and I just want to ride. I want to ride my four-wheeler, which I'm sure that's why you clicked on this too, because you want to ride four-wheelers and you want to know how to do it cheaper. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.